Hi everyone, Tom here at the very special developer interview because I'm joined by Neil and Sock, two of the four developers behind King of the Hat. I saw King of the Hat in the Steam Next Fest trailer and I reached out to them and they graciously gave some of their time to go over the game and ask some interview questions. So Neil and Sock, how are you two doing?
Chilling out, you know?
Yeah, very good. Excited for Next Fest, excited for the summer.
Yeah, Next Fest very soon, and King of the Hat has a demo in it. How long have you been working on the demo for King of the Hat in Steam Next Fest?
The demo itself is kind of like a minimized version of the game, which is, kind of like the successor to the Discord version of the game. So and the Discord successor is like the successor to the original prototype that we built, which was offline. So really, this demo is a culmination of 5 years of work.
Wow, that's a long time, but it's great to see King of the Hat still going on. I remember playing it at PAX in PAX West 2018, and it was already super fun then. So you can only imagine that there's been a lot under the hood and more things added to it since then.
Definitely. There's a lot of new levels in the demo. We've got kind of a stripped down cast of 10 characters that'll really give you a feel of the game. And we're very psyched for people to start playing this at Next Fest.
There's also some single player modes, because that was a big concern at the beginning part when we played the game on Discord. And people won't actually know if they've already opened the game from a while ago, but now there's a tutorial.
There is.
So you can learn how to play.
Excellent. Should we dive in and start playing a bit, and I can ask questions during the match, perhaps?
Definitely.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we can give you our secret code, or you can give us yours. It's in the bottom left.
All right. Well, my secret code is you mad real also.
That's a good one. There we go.
Already found.
There you go. So that's we have a much more limited cast in the demo, but there's going to be a lot more characters on launch. We also changed the default mode. I don't know if you remember last time it was every time you kill someone it would be an end of the point. We also have this new mode now where it's just time based and you kill as often as you can.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be the washing machine.
Of course.
Naturally.
Classic.
The fan favorite.
How did you come up with the idea for the washing machine?
This is a great story.
Oh, okay. Well, so basically, there's another character in the game that's the Yeti. Let's go back. I'll just show you the Yeti first.
We'll go back. Okay.
So I'll be the Yeti.
Yeah.
And let's pick this level to start. So the Yeti is a really complicated character with thick arms and legs. And up till then, I had only done animation with stick figure legs, basically.
Yeah.
And this walk animation here took me 8 hours to do. Just this super thick, chunky walk animation. And I was at the end of that, I was my God, I don't want to do any more 8-hour walking animations. So at the end of an event, we were all chilling in a room. I think Ben was asleep and Chris and I were talking and I was like, Chris, I have an amazing idea. It's a washing machine character that has no arms or legs and I won't have to animate it. And his catchphrase is, I'm gonna put you through the spin cycle. And Chris was like, I don't like it. And Ben was like, I don't like it. And when he woke up the next day, he was like, I don't like it. And then I was like, no, I'm telling you guys, we gotta try this. So I did it in 2 seconds because it didn't require any animating.
Yeah.
And we ran at the event the next day and people just had a weird, sick, awesome, emotional reaction to the washing machine. It's this thing in your life that you always interact with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That you've never played with in a video game, It's kind of like we hit some sort of a human... Cultural, yeah, exactly.
Zeitgeist.
Oh, it's good. I guess real quick, because not everyone might know about King of the Hat. Can you please just tell us about the gameplay hook real quickly, because it is pretty amazing.
So basically it's a game kind of like Joust, where you have to jump on the opponent's hat to win. So boom, you jump on someone's hat, you get a point. And then the kind kind of twist is that your hat is also a weapon. So you can throw the hat at people and it'll knock their hats off. And then if you jump on their hats, like while it's off the head, it'll also kill them. And so it's like a very simple kind of premise, but it leads to like quite a lot of gameplay once you're going like much faster.
Yeah. Were you inspired by Mario Odyssey at all when coming up with this game, or is it separate? Because there is, of course, Cappy in that game.
One could argue that they were inspired by us from.
I know it was
timeline.
Technically, your game did get announced before Mario Odyssey came out, so.
That's true. So if you've ever played Mario Odyssey, then you're already a fan of King of the Hat.
I believe it.
Oh no.
Oh, last minute W. Exciting time. Washing machine is king of the hat.
After this whole washing machine debacle,
yeah.
I started getting obsessed with one-frame characters, and we have another one-frame character in the game that's not in this shot, but there's a second character, and everybody always says like, "Yo, the animations on this character are so good," and I'm like, "Nice," because it's just one frame.
Captain Hat. And so each, let's go to maybe a level that has a little more going on, the icicles. So each character does have unique abilities. So Captain Hat, who you can see here on the right, when I lose my hat, I have like a 2.5x speed, something like that.
Yeah.
And when I get it back, haha, baited you. When I get it back, then I'm a lot slower, but I can use it for kind of defensive moves.
Yeah.
Birthday, who's the character you're playing, he's sort of the Mario. Like if this was Smash Brothers, Birthday would be sort of the basic tool set. He's the character that we balance all of the other characters against. So if he has a very strong advantage or disadvantage against another character, we know that that character's probably imbalanced a little bit. And his ability is that he has a great personality.
Of course, one neat thing is that if I jump on you, it does nothing right now without your hat.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of early gameplay, people are kind of figuring. There's a lot of this in the early gameplay, just bonking someone's hat and wondering, or someone's head and wondering when you're gonna win the point. But that was as clean as they come. That was
a nice one.
Taking my hat off, jumping on it. That is the core of the gameplay, and we have some level hazards that you can see here. We spent a lot of time kind of tuning these things with our little community of beta testers. We also have items, which are new to if you played King of the Hat in the past. There's items that we can play with after this.
Okay. Now, you two are based in Montreal. Was this level inspired by any of the scenery there in the winter?
Actually, the artist who made this is Canadian as well, from Ottawa there. And I think she was basing a lot of the stuff on Canada. Like there's a little hockey rink in the back there.
Yeah, there is. You can see it. You can see it behind the icicles. You see that you can see the net in between these two. Yeah, pretty fun.
It's a neat parallax effect on this level. So.
Hell yeah. I mean, one thing we do that most other 2D games don't do is we actually have like a 3D camera.
Yep.
Like, generally in a pixel art game, you kind of want to keep everything fixed so you can have all the pixels be like exact. And when we made this, we didn't know that, so we ended up doing this kind of like different style of like, 3D camera mixed with pixel art.
It's kind of like what Shovel Knight did, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Shovel Knight has like a fixed camera. With us, the difference is that it zooms in and out, and the zooming in and out just kind of like wrecks pixel art to some degree.
Yeah.
We kind of just decided to lean into that and just be like, all right, everything's gonna be 3D then.
Well, I guess as we're talking, Neil and Sock, what are your two roles on the game for development, just to help make it clear for our audience?
Sure. I do programming and then art.
Yeah, and I also do a lot of programming, specifically online programming and UI programming. and I do some of the business stuff as well.
And writing.
And I do writing. That is true. That is a new thing that I do, and I really enjoy it. And then the other 2 members of the team who are busy right now, working on the game, frantically working on the demo. So Chris does a lot of the visual effects, the UI. He's the best player on the team, and he plays a lot of the game, does a lot of the balancing stuff along with Socrates. And then Ben is kind of a jack of all trades. He's been doing all the business stuff for the entire life cycle of the game when we were out on Discord, all the marketing for that kind of stuff, as well as sound and music is his domain. And he's also been helping me out on the boring coding, like DevOps side of things, shipping the builds out and dealing with kind of versioning, that kind of thing. There's a lot that goes into making a game. I don't understand how people do it as single-person teams. It blows my mind.
Even with 4 people, there's truly many hats you have to wear.
You got it!
Indeed.
So this level has lava in the middle there?
I just noticed.
So one thing we added, which is new, is you can run into the lava and die, but your hat has to die for you to die. So technically, I'm still alive.
So you're basically immortal, and you come back, but then your hat is vulnerable while that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct, yeah.
Oh no, it bounced back in anyway.
So yeah, from a lore perspective, the game is set in a land called Hatlandia, where each person is born with their soul in a unique hat on their head that informs their personality. And there's also a villain of the game who we can play with after this, Fat Cat, who comes from Cat Corp and is trying to standardize everyone to just be wearing the business hat. So the central tension of the game is between the kind of fairy tale world of Hatlandia and the very modern, very capitalist Cat Corp.
Another thing is that when your hat is not on your head, you can launch it again. That's like a new thing we added since the Discord.
Oh, that's tricky. That would be that'd be very sneaky against other players sometimes, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like if someone's about to jump on your hat, you can just move it to the side. The official name for this is hat recall, but we call it jiggling. Jiggle your hat. Oh, but yeah, it definitely helps for like aggressive play. If you're gonna like attack someone like this, you can control your hat back to you after.
Yeah, it's really opened up a lot of space in the competitive scene. It's kind of wild how, you'll see as the game gets closer to launch, we'll probably have some of our more competitive gamers streaming there. We're going to do some tournaments and stuff leading up to launch, so the high-level gameplay of this game is just insane.
Fast.
I cannot believe it when I see it. It's wild.
You guys will get the inevitable people playing the game better than you to deal with. So
That has happened.
Oh, that has already happened.
That has definitely happened.
In fact, there's one hero who's so good at the game that I modeled the bots after him.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just like, I videotaped him playing. I was like, all right, I'm going to convert this into code, and we're going to put it in the game. And if you want to see that, you can actually fight against one of the bots after.
okay, yeah, I was later for sure. I was noticing because the old Discord version didn't have bots, or they kind of did, but this one, I guess the bot code has been updated a great deal at this point too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So I just turned on items for this game too, which are new. They give more of a party feel to the game. When you're playing with 4 players, it can be really fun to have that sort of like Mario Kart randomness that helps the newer players kind of keep up. We also have this death torch, which is one of my favorite items. I really like this very simple level design where there's a torch in the middle that gives you an advantage. So if you throw your hat through this torch and it hits someone, it'll actually, there you go. So it acts the same way that lava does, in that it'll kill their body or their hat, but the hat has to die for them to be, and then you got your 3 hat block here, which you're currently wearing 3 hat. Oh no, okay, you got 3 hat blocks and a death torch. I'm talking.
Did I just break the game?
It's scary. And a speed up. I don't love how the items have been playing out for me so far in this. You have 3 more hats. Okay, great. I'm at a major disadvantage here. I've just been talking about, I'm going too fast to jump on your hat. Oh. This one is just a row of balloons that comes up and kind of gives you some gameplay options. You can sort of hide your hat underneath the balloons. It's a little bit of an advanced tactic and takes someone a little while to get there. And
you appreciate you can jump through them from below.
Yeah. And that one down there is like a confusion block. We've got this classic 3 hat.
Classic mechanic, you know?
I should not have got that block.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's the thing about the 3 hat block, is if they're all on your head, then I can just jump on your head once.
I was wondering about that. And what the heck is this?
Don't worry about it. Just run right into it.
Okay.
And this one is a little companion hat. This one that's following me around will just cause a little knockback if it hits you. I think we have the thing in where if you hit the companion, it gets disabled, right?
Not sure.
Not sure. We were playing around with that.
Yeah.
Now we got this clone, the clone mechanic. So fun fact, every character that you see in a game of King of the Hat is actually a clone made by KotH for the purposes of
making money.
Making money, exactly.
I'll try Cole.
Nice, yeah. So Cole and Forrest are some of the characters that started to deviate more from the norm. Like, as we started making more characters, like we started with Birthday and Kiara, and Birthday is just like, great personality. Kiara has like the gravity mechanic where she falls very slowly and has 4 jumps.
Yep.
Then we had Captain Hat, who was faster with the hat on. But as we started getting more characters, we were just like, man, we have no ideas for ways to change them based on their speed. So we started adding different special mechanics. So for example, Cole has the ability to hover.
Yep. It's kind of...
And so that hover, like if you're moving in your horizontal axis, you actually move really fast. And then if you get hit by a hat while you're hovering, it's actually a shield.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna get... Confused! I'm confused!
And then Forrest.
And yeah, so for Forrest has the ability to throw his hat 3 times.
Yeah.
Because he's like a super hat magic haberdasher. Haberdasher?
I am not going to try saying that word. Haberdasher.
The really advanced hat word.
Yeah.
We know all about the hat world. Double balloons.
Double balloons.
Nice.
Double balloons. Get my hat back.
That is definitely not easy to get down. So Neil, you were talking about how you joined the project early on. So I believe you were asked to start the networking of the game. Would you like to talk about how much time you had to do that initially?
Yeah, definitely. So I actually worked in tech for about 15 years. I worked I was in the management at Tinder. I worked at a bunch of different startups. So I was a pretty experienced software engineer at that point. And I decided I wanted to get into games. I met Ben, who's one of the team members at GDC, and he gave me a call a couple months later, and he was like, hey, just wondering, we might have this deal that's happening, but we got to make the game work online. Do you think we can make it work online in 10 weeks? And I was like, sure, I've done crazier things in 10 weeks. Like, yeah, you can get a game online in 10 weeks, no problem. I doubt you have to, I don't know, rewrite the entire physics engine and test for desyncs and do your own, packet serialization. There's no way you would have to do all that stuff. So I'm sure you can get it going in 10 weeks. Yeah. Fast forward 3 years later, I'm 38 and the game hasn't shipped yet. So it's a little warning about being optimistic, you know. But I wouldn't take it back for the world. I love working with this team, honestly.
We love it.
Wow. It's like, yeah, there's always sometimes more than meets the eye than game development, but definitely impressed with the online so far, playing with you two right now.
Thanks very much.
This is the culmination of so much testing, and Neil just recently did a crazy online refactor. When we did the Discord launch, like one of the biggest like comments that people had was like the game was laggy or the online was like jittery or whatever it was. And I think we're at the point where Neil has fixed lag.
Fixed lag forever. We should definitely set expectations that no one will ever experience lag in this title. Ever.
Never.
We fixed all of the internet issues. Play on your phone, play on your hotspot, play on the hotel Wi-Fi. You're gonna have a great time.
Don't even use Wi-Fi. It
Yeah,
still
don't even
works.
use
That's how
Wi-Fi.
good this online is now.
Just think about the internet and you'll be able to play.
Just play in space, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a cat up here.
Where? Oh, there's a cat there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Now, this game, of course, this is a demo for Steam Next Fest right now, but you also announced it on Switch, and of course our audience for GameXplain is huge on Nintendo. That will still be happening at some point, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. We can't wait to share the date, but right now we're focused on the Steam Next Fest and kind of re-engaging, just telling people, stepping outside of our caves and telling people that we still exist, and we still cannot wait to play this on the Switch ourselves and for our fans to play it on the Switch. It's really going to be a great moment.
Yeah, essentially we just bit off more than we can chew, and now we're chewing it, and it's gonna come out on Switch.
That's the official marketing line, yeah. We're chewing it.
We're chewing it, currently.
Doing it live.
So this game is being played at 75% speed, which it's a more strategic game at this speed, and it's really good for beginners. We've seen like kids really like this mode because it's moving a little slower, where they can kind of follow the action a little better. There's a bunch of different speed toggles and kind of game rule toggles, and a pretty deep single player mode also, as Socrates mentioned before. We had so many players come through and play during the Discord game store years, and we really learned a lot from that and put it into the game, and we're excited for people to play it.
Yeah, I do love this character I'm playing right now. It reminds me of it feels like it belongs in Guilty Gear or something like that almost.
Sick.
Yeah, the insignia is my main, actually, the character you're playing.
Oh.
Like, fun fact, that was one of the first characters we ever made up for the game.
Wow.
Like the two first characters were Insignia and Fat Cat.
Oh, really?
And Fat Cat, when he won, the original thing was that he was supposed to just erect a hat factory behind him, just like, I win, you know?
Oh, nice. So I'm invisible. You're invisible now. So I have no idea where your hat is.
I also have no idea. Oh, no, it's on me.
Yeah, we were actually talking about potentially, well, I shouldn't promise features that don't exist, but when you're playing online, we could totally make it so that you see yourself and the other person doesn't see you. But it may happen, it may not.
We can't promise anything.
We can't promise anything. We've learned our lesson.
Yeah, it's not coming. It's like the invisibility thing. It's not coming.
Yeah, don't say anything, that becomes a promise.
Yeah, even promising that it won't happen is a promise.
What? This is too much for me. It may or may not happen.
Now, I guess talking about we bit off too much we can chew and we're coming back to chew, or we're chewing it. Did you guys run into any problems during the pandemic making the game? Because obviously that affected everyone. Was that hard to get testing or anything like that during that time?
Well, I think as far as the pandemic went, development was a lot easier because there was kind of no distractions. But one thing that happened with games is that all the events kind of just disappeared all at once. And one of our biggest drivers for building the game and understanding how to make it better is events. Like we always do events like PAX, like we do like a ton of Montreal,
SmashCon,
like SmashCon, ton of Montreal like events and stuff like this. Like just it's just like a monthly play test that goes on in Montreal, and even that was just like offline, you know.
Yeah.
So just like a huge percentage of our feedback was just gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just like everyone else, you know, realizing how important their social support networks had been to them and what life looks like without that, I think definitely affected kind of the morale on the team. Not to be able to see people's faces as they're playing what we're putting out, just kind of really felt like Socrates said, there was no distraction, which was great, but the flip side of that is that it definitely felt like we're working on something kind of in the dark. And also there's just huge factors around us that are like, you know, how important are games right now? But I think what we saw really is like, you know, that's when Among Us started popping off and everything. Like, clearly games are a way for people to connect, especially in those spaces. I mean, my sister texted me and asked me if I knew anyone who had an extra Switch because they were sold out. She's never owned a game console in her life. So in that way, it was an exciting time as well because we could see that the market was, you know, people were discovering the connective power of games. They've always been social to us, and I think we'll always make social games. So it was really a double-edged sword in a way. It was great to see more people discover connecting through games, and it was also really, really hard to lose the connection to people that we normally got from making this game.
Yeah, I definitely missed couch co-op or multiplayer games during that time for sure.
Definitely.
There's kind of like a nice cadence to development when you like work on something for a couple months and then you bring it to a show and then you get to see how it performs with a real audience, which kind of disappeared, and we were just like kind of like throwing all of our ideas at a wall. It's like, I think this, I think that, and like nobody had a way of validating it, you know?
Yeah.
By the way, you can also curve your hat. So like, if you
let's try that. Anyone can curve their hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit like no, arrows and Towerfall, they kind of do that automatically, so that's that's a nice.
Yeah,
That'd probably be good for anybody waiting around a corner thinking they're safe.
Exactly. Yeah, we added a couple of like new mechanics to add depth after Discord, because like that whole event kind of gave us like some eyes on what people wanted, and we still think that there could be more depth added. So you know, if that depth presents itself, then we will definitely build it.
You guys are still at 75% speed.
Are we?
I think so. I think you can play the next one at 150.
Oh, 150% speed.
Yeah, 150 is wild. Our most competitive player absolutely hates it.
Let's try it.
He's physically in pain whenever we turn it on.
I love turning it on for that reason. Oh!
Nice.
Oh no. Oh no!
Nice one.
Nice.
I love the music at 75% speed.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Let's bump this to 150.
Maybe turn the items off?
Turn the items off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy with 150 with the items on. I'm
can
going to see
imagine.
Snapback, really? Snapback's one of the fastest characters in the game. These things are little hat racks. We're, you know, testing the thing, you know, working out all of the different ways you can play with hats. Oh my god. This is all right.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, this is bananas.
Jeez.
It's the only way to play, okay?
Yeah. This is the one true way.
It's like, have you guys created a level that's sort of like in a washroom where you can kind of put your hat on a coat hanger or like one of those things on the back of the door, like that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, we should. We've made some experimental stuff that's been pretty fun around that kind of thing.
I feel like I'm seeing beyond time and space right now.
I know. Yeah, you have 3 throws. I'm the fastest character in the game. I mean, it's just pure chaos, you know?
Yeah.
You
I
have
imagine 4 players in this.
Yeah, 4 players in this mode is just... It's just overload.
Yeah,
it's
the main strategy,
overload.
you just gotta mash B
Yeah, mash the throw
and
button.
jump up and down, you know?
Jump around.
Just like up and down B, up and down B.
I guess quickly, because I feel like maybe we're coming to the end here, is there an easy place for people to find King of the Hat to wishlist or follow it for updates in the future?
Definitely. So for one, you can check us out on Steam for the next fest, or just in general. At King of the Hat, Steam, search King of the Hat. And then alternately, hat.gg is also a place where you can wishlist the game. And then ultimately you can check us out on Discord, discord.gg/King of the Hat, where we have like communities all playing the game, and you can figure out different updates and stuff like that.
I'll definitely have links to that in the description below for people that are interested. And you guys want to have one last match for Hat King of the Universe, I guess?
Yes.
Y'all should play Last Hat Standing, 100% speed, no items, Final Destination style.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with Snapback, like the wall.
Snapback. I'm gonna go with my boy
Birthday. You should play Headlining Hills.
Yeah, Headlining Hills. This is like the Final Destination.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I fully expect this to be like Reggie playing Hungry Box.
Totally.
Well, I'm the worst dev, so.
Yeah. But he's been practicing against the bots.
Yeah.
So this mode, so far we've been playing Hat Hunters, which is a timed game. In this mode, it's 1st to 5.
Okay. People like that, who like Smash.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it kind of resets after each hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice play.
That's 1-to-1. There's even a deuce mechanic, so if you both get up to 4, you have to win by 2.
Oh, excellent. Oh no! Oh.
Ooh. Oh, he misses. 2-to-1.
Remember the curve. You can curve your hat, and you can also throw it when it's not on your head, like that.
Yeah,
I do love the sun in this level.
Thanks.
the sun is a real sweetheart in this level. Sun's having a great time.
Oh, also when you die, you become a slime. I don't know if you noticed that.
I was kind of noticing like a spirit ball, but yeah, slime.
It's like, here's my slime. You can kill my slime. Dude, that's me. Neil, I was scanning the screen.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the...
Oh no!
The danger of throwing out your life force.
The comeback!
Nope. Oh no.
Oh!
Reggie defeats Hungry Box.
Jesus Christ. So
Wow.
you are the Hat King of the Universe in that case.
Yeah, I think you're officially a dev on the project now. You just have to finish it, send it on home, wrap up the online programming,
So when's the game coming?
That sounds like a lot of work. I think I'll just focus on editing this interview instead. That's enough for me, yeah.
That's super fair. Do you think you can get that done in 10 weeks, or...
I would be like, hell no, but... It's like, it depends. Can I do Google search and just grab all the code in one go? That's that?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's what everybody does.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope the game does well on Steam Next Fest. I hope you get a lot of wish lists during that time. Thank you so much, and I guess hat.gg, stay tuned for a Switch Release 2 at some point. Thank you, Neil and Sock, so much for your time. Any final words before we end this interview? and hats off to you. Hats off to your team for making such a great game.
Hell yeah, I have a final
Thanks,
word.
I have 3 final words.
Oh, I have a final word, which is thank you, Tom.
Those are mine. Those are 3 words.
Well, I have a final word.
You only got 1.
Tom!
Yeah, there you go. Mine are thank you, Tom. Yours is Tom.
Tom!
Well, thank you so much for your time, guys, and for our audience, stay tuned to GameXplain for more on indies and everything else gaming too. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Peace.
Hats off.